Good afternoon. I think it shows I'm live and recording. Welcome, welcome. It is Monday, October 31st, and you know what that is. Here, give me a thumbs up. I'm recording on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I have a lot to show today. It's one project, but there's a lot to it. So I want to get started. Oh dear, here we go again. Make sure something is not going to do what it did the couple weeks ago. Okay, so I'm hoping for the best. Last week we didn't have any problem, so it's just showing yellow, so maybe something's just running a little bit slow. Hey Rose, welcome, happy Halloween. Good to see you here. Okay, I am going to get started. So I've got welcome here. I also have some candy corn. So let me know if you are team candy corn or team yuck, I can't stand that stuff. So if I have some, I guess that tells you that I like it because I bought some. And then I get my fill of it for Halloween, and then I don't want it again for the rest of the year. However, it's been out for quite a while. So anyway, I do like candy corn. It's kind of crazy. And it's also good with peanuts. So you get a little bit of sweet and salty. So, yep, that's my story. And what I'm going to show today is a gift bag pop-up. And I found this, if you go and Google those words, you will find a variety of demonstrators or other people. I think I saw some on Etsy too, who've made something like this. And of course, this is Stampin' Up. So I saw one, hold on, I've got to check my earring here. Saw one from a demonstrator by the name of Linda Heller. And I liked her directions, and so I followed that one. And so that's the one I'm going to show you today. But you can Google gift bag pop-up card and find many, many others. But pretty much it gives you the same result. Hello, Fran, welcome. So I'm going to switch from my face part here, so you get the full desktop, and go ahead and get started. I am going to showcase the suite of products that I started last week that is a sneak peek, and starting tomorrow can be purchased. And it is the Framed Florets bundle. And this is going to be in the next January to June 2023. Oh my gosh, 2023. Mini catalog. But now the bundle, or the collection will include framed and festive, these cute little gems. They're called gold adhesive back swirls. So there's a little swirl in there. And then this gorgeous designer paper that I went through. I've used enough of it that I don't know if I have a full array here. But it is called the Framed Florets Designer Series paper. So there are some things in here that could be Christmas oriented, year-round, all season. So again, we've got some flowers, but some things that are seasonal as well. Now, the paper, the gems, and the framed and festive will not be available after January 4th, or if supplies run out on the list of, if the supplies run out. Hello? So that's going to go over there. I'm going to use these little framed florets today, or framed, oh my gosh, gold adhesive back swirls. I'm going to use those today. And this bundle. And you'll notice something that's maybe new, something we've been asking for a long time. Framed Florets and Framed Florets stamp set. They're the same. Go figure. Should have been that way all along. But anyway, they now will, and I'm hoping that that's going to continue, they will match and we get not the confusion of what dies go with what set. So anyway, hello Nancy, welcome. So let's get started. I'm going to put these 3 pieces of candy corn over here in the trash because they've been handled and my hands are kind of dirty anyway, so I don't want to eat them. And show you what we've got to get started. There are a lot of pieces, parts to this, and I have everything marked. If you either want to write this down or take a screenshot, I will list all of the dimensions of what I'm doing on the video description after the video's over, probably later this evening. But we have a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, so this is going to fit into a regular standard envelope. Might be a little bit puffy, might need a little bit more postage, but it will fit. And you're going to score this at 2 1/4 by 7 3/4. So I will show that, and we'll do the scoring on this and the next piece in a moment. Then the bag that goes inside is 4 by 9 1/2, and that's with designer series paper. So I don't know if I need to zoom in. Tell me if you can see that. And then we're going to score 1 and 3 1/2 on the short side, and 3 1/2 for 4 1/2, 8, 8 1/2, and 9 on the long side, because this part is going to make the cutest little accordion fold. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. I do want to show you, I don't always show it until the end, what it's going to look like. So here is my sample, and there's also, then I'll give you other measurements of the paper that goes inside and also here as we go. So there's a little belly band on here. I've got this kind of loose so that it won't be too hard to get off, but it slides off easily. And I've also used the ovals from the Framed Florets dies. So that's going to slide off. And then check this out. It is so, so cute. You open this up and it pops up with this little, looks like it comes from a high-end designer store little bag. Now I chose not to put handles on mine, but you can, because I wanted my designer paper to be part on the outside, the top part to come down here. So if that makes any sense, I think it will as I go ahead and get started. And then there's some stamping there, and I've used some designer paper cut out. Some things, this one is one that does go through the die. And then down here for a special person on a special day. And then I did not color this in because I stamped in Evening Evergreen, and it wasn't dry when I did this, so I didn't want it to bleed. So that folds back up. That can hold a fair amount of cash. It can hold a gift card, or maybe more than one. And then it's done. So let's get started. I'm going to be using our scoring board. Whoops, I'm not going to worry about putting that back on there now. Let's put it back in the envelope. And start with the base first. So it's 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to score it at 2 1/4 and 7 3/4. And when I'm using cardstock, I like to use the smaller end of my scoring tool and 7 3/4. Turn it over. I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder and burnish that. Okay, set that aside. Now for the bag, 4 by 9.5. And on this short end, with the short end up here, and for this I like to use the bigger ball end of the scoring tool, because designer paper with that other end would have a tendency to probably tear a little bit. So on this short end, or excuse me, the long end, no, short end first, 1 inch. And if you lightly go over it again, you're not going to tear it. And then 3.5. I love this tool because you can just put the ball end right down in that little groove, and you're going to keep it straight. Okay, so there we have that. And then on the long end, we're going to go 3.5, 4, 4.5, and then skip over here to 8, 8.5, and 9. Now, next comes the fun part. I think we're done with this. The fun part with this is part of this is going to get cut out, but I'm going to burnish, fold and burnish this first. And I'm using polished pink paper. So I think what I'm going to do is have this part be the outside of my bag. And then this part is going to fold over so that there's not that much pink. So this is going to be a pink day. Okay, now I made this little template, and you can take a picture of this if you like, but I'm going to keep this up here, and we want to do some cutting. Now, depending upon how much I guess how busy you want to call it, how busy your designer paper is, which side you want to turn over and cut this on. So this side seems to be a little bit easier, and you want to find your score lines and cut up. Okay, so right now I'm down here, and cut that whole little bit off. Okay, then I'm going to come over here to the center part, and there are 2 little parts here, and I'm going to cut those out. So it's fairly easy to see on this paper. So it will depend on your paper, what your design is, and how much, how easy it is to see what you're cutting. Okay, so now we've got that. Now let's go up to the top and do this. Cut that in. And snip that off. And also, so now we're here. And also snip this off here. So this bag is really very easy to make. And let's snip that out of there. Okay, so let's get rid of that. I think that's done with the cutting part. So this is what you have left over. I'm going to keep that up here so you can see it a little bit longer. Now again, I said I'm not going to put any handles on this, so this part is going to get folded down. Now the one that I saw, she punched holes in here and here. There was a template to use where you could punch some holes on that score line on both sides, but then on hers she folded that to the inside so that the handles, the back of the handle didn't show. But I want a contrast here, so that's why I'm leaving the handles off. So that's strictly a personal choice. Of course, when you go to the store and they give you those cute little bags, which I absolutely love, they all have a handle on them. So that's a choice. But this is a card. So let's grab some adhesive. And I'm going to glue this down. Actually, I think I'm doing opposite of what I said I was going to do, but that's okay. I said I was going to do the blue on the outside, but it's going to be the pink on the outside. So there we go. So that part's down. Now, these scores that you have left are going to get accordion folded. So we've got a mountain, a valley, and another mountain. So if you can see that, mountain, valley, mountain. And do the same with the other. Mountain comes up, valley goes down, mountain comes up. So there is something cute. Hey Rose, if you're still here, I think this would be something really cute with some of your Mary Kay stuff in there. Cute little things. What do you think? So that's basically it. Now we just put it on the card. Okay, we do need to put this here so that that gets glued down. Hi Gloria, welcome. Okay, sometimes you just have to prime this stamp and seal. Okay, and I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to make sure it lines up. It doesn't stick out like I did there. Seal Plus is very unforgiving. I could have used my little trick with the tear and tape, but I chose to use this, and I want it to line up perfectly. Okay. There we go. So again, there's our little bag. Now, we don't want to close this now. This is where the pop-up part's going to be. This is the pop-up. Okay? So, let's come back to our card base. And This is the top, the shorter end is the top, and this is the bottom. So this part where you have the score line here is going to become the, let's see, let's get my actual prototype here. If you can see this. Oh, here's one where I started to put a little twine in there. If you can see this on here, one of these folds, let's see if this shows. One of these folds back, and they fold back on that score line. So if that makes sense, then it's just going to get glued down there. Okay? So let's see if I can make this work. Okay, this was my problem before. This is where my dyslexia kicks in, I guess. Okay, so I need to look at it again. But they fit on that score line. There we go. So the key is where you're going to put your adhesive. So I want the adhesive to go here and here, here and here, and go on either side of that score line. If that makes sense, if you can see under there. Okay. So the adhesive is going to go on the pink. Should have put it on the other side first. Okay, so sticky, sticky. Okay, I'm going to pull that back. And I want to lay that right on, but just above, not right on the score line, or it won't pop. So that goes there. And then back on this side of the pink, and that goes there. Got my fingers crossed. Yes. Okay, so now it pops up. So there's the bag. And it pops up. So when your recipient opens it, there it is. Now let's decorate it. This is the easy part. All right, I have some, let's put this away. I have some pieces of designer paper and pieces of basic white that I have marked with what sizes we need. So I'm going to do the outside first. And I have a 3 3/4 for the outside and a 3 by 4 for the outside and 2 by 4 for the outside. And those are going to go here and here. So we'll add some adhesive there. And some adhesive here. I haven't used polished pink in quite a while, so that's why I decided to switch and just brighten this one up a little bit. Okay, so there's our outside. We'll do the belly band last. There again, there's our cute little pop-up. Now, what's going to go on the inside is a 2x4 piece, and I'm going to stamp happy birthday, or wishes for a beautiful birthday, in Night of Navy. So this was a 2x4. This is going to go at the top. And some of the cutouts of designer paper. Let's see, that's going to be a little bit too big. Okay, let's put that there. And for this, I think I'll use some liquid glue. So if you wanted to make a bunch of these, it would be pretty easy to do. You just get all your cutting and scoring done, and it goes together pretty fast. Okay, so there we have pretty flowers, and that's going to go up here at the top. Okay, who has trick or treat tonight? In Akron, we had trick or treat on Saturday, but there are a few very special neighborhoods that always have theirs on Halloween, always. So they're getting ready to do theirs tonight. Okay, this larger piece, which is 4 by 4 3/4, is going to go right here. And you could stamp on that, or put another sentiment, or write your own message on there. Let's see, I think my seal is about gone. So that should fit in there. I didn't want to put that in before I did the bag in case I got glue or adhesive where I didn't want it to go. And then down here at the bottom is a 2.5 by 4. And on this one, I'm going to stamp for a special person on a special day. And put one of those larger flowers over here. That little bag, it could hold one of those little bags of M&Ms, or oh, I know, those lovely that I love, maybe even better than candy corn, is the York peppermint patties. Ooh, that's a great idea. Yes. Candy and a gift card. How about that? So this is going to go at the bottom. Yep, it is empty. So let's put that away. And I don't have one handy without walking across the room to put a refill in right now. And close the ink pad for the moment. So there we go. And then this is going to get folded up, and let's do a belly band. Now the belly band on this will not totally match. Okay, and I didn't, as I said, I didn't want to make it too tight. And this is 3/4 of an inch by 11. So it's just a small part of the rest of that paper. But I'm just going to loosely wrap that around, not make it too tight. But again, there is enough of a gap there, you can't have this in the back. So let's bring this around to the front. And I have die cut some of those amazing, yeah, tea bag would be good too, Gloria. Some little comfort food there, yes. I've die cut some of those amazing ovals that we now have ovals. We'll just do 2 so it's layered a little bit. And what's nice about this larger one is there is there's a little bit of a raised design around the edge there. So that is nice. So let's do this where I'm going to add, I think what I'll do is add some tear and tape to the top and bottom of this so that it's plenty sturdy. Oops, I tore the back of the paper, but that's okay. And let's put another piece just so it's not in the middle. Okay. I think I got glue on my fingers and glue on my paper there. So let's peel that off. All right. I'm going to make sure that this is straight. Yep, that's straight. All right, so we've got that, and that will slide off easily. And now I've got the smaller one here, and on this I'm just going to put, let's see which one, I've got a couple of these pulled out. Let's use a pink one here. And that about wraps it up. Just put this on the front, add a couple dimensionals. Oh, that's right, the teacup. Ooh, I will have to check that out, Gloria. I think that would be great. That teacup set, which I haven't used in quite a while, and there's paper to match it too, although it's 6x6 paper, but you could use other designer paper that would go with that teacup set. Because you basically need a 12x12. Okay, I'm not quite sure that really goes with the Night of Navy here, but I think it's pretty cute. So there we go, this one. And here is this one. So 2 little pop-up bags. Ready to go. So, If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Let me put these back together again. And of course, I would decorate the envelope. But my goal today was to really show you how to make this and how easy it is. Something that looks difficult is not difficult at all. It just may be a little bit more time consuming than your, maybe 5-minute card that you like to make. But sometimes you just really need something special for someone special. And then you're good to go. So have a great rest of the week. Enjoy Halloween if your Halloween is tonight. And tomorrow is November 1st, and that's when this suite of products, right there they are, will be on sale for customers to purchase. So let me know if that's something that you would like. And take care. Carol, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I know you've not been feeling well, so glad that you got to do something fun today. So that's it. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you again next Monday with more creativity. Take care. Bye-bye.